when I was in high school, I went to visit my cousins in North Carolina, and my aunt sent us to the store. So I'm from the north, and I see a 7-Eleven, so I go into 7-Eleven. 7-Elevens weren't even up here at that time. I start to get some stuff, and the guy says, "You're not supposed to be in here," because it was whites only. So he didn't direct his comments at me because once he heard my voice, he's always said, "You're from the north." So he says, "You talk to them," and the way they talked to him, and told him, "You better take me out of the store." But in retrospect, what I looked at is, I don't have to live through that. They had to live through that. I would cause them more trouble if I acted like I did up here and got upset and started, venting my anger at them. But they had to live that way. I didn't.
Before, back in slavery, it was direct. They was bold with it. And they spoke to you, they called you all kind of words, and it didn't matter. It was okay then.
Now, people that have different races, they have more opportunities to become something or become someone.
This is like the first generation to get kind of equal opportunities.
Even work, we wouldn't be able to like have a decent job. We would like get punished for the silliest things and stuff.
And then now, like, it was a drastic change because it's like we're able to work for who we want to work for. We're able to be like our own boss.
Even though some people don't say it out loud, it's still in our mind.
With the first impression, you always have a prejudice.
We have a healthcare system where a lot of people of color do not have healthcare.
Sometimes when I go to meet one of my Caucasian friends and parents or whatever, they're like, they didn't expect me to be this color.
Most of the time they're of people of color, and the police usually look at them differently or question them, or they're always the first to get stopped and searched.
This white guy say applying for the same job I'm applying for. We have the same education level. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm thinking we may get that before I get it.
A lot of colored people think that white people are racist. They kind of they're stereotyping white people. So you're stereotyping the people who are stereotyping you.
I was one of the darkest kids in school, so people used to make fun of me. Even actually black people would make fun of me.
So they could probably be saying, "Oh, that dumb Ethiopian or that dumb Haitian, da da da. Aren't you Haitian? Aren't you Ethiopian? So what? Da da da. Look at her, she's so dark. Like, aren't you black?"
There was this one time in 9th grade when I had a teacher. She decided to split the class in half, put all the white kids on one side, put all the black kids on the other side, and she failed all the black kids. I felt like someone else was dominating me, telling me who I am, who I'm supposed to be, and I'm not good enough just because of the color of my skin.
I don't think you guys ever heard of the book Little Black Sambo.
No.
The gist of the whole thing is making jokes of a person of color in Africa. And it's very, it's racist. So I refused to read it. So the teacher decided to say that I was stupid and dumb, and I got sent home.
My honors history class I was the only black person in it.
If you go to an honors or an AP class, you'll mostly see Caucasian people. I think it all goes back to the comfort zone and being comfortable around your people, and not many black people or any people of color take honors or AP courses.
But then again, they should feel like, well, I'm the only black kid in this class. This shows that I should do well. I should do my best in this class to show others.
I'm not gonna try and let anybody intimidate me from taking a certain level of classes.
I practically take all honor classes, and I can look to my left and my right, and it'll be a different race.
There are more kids in my school who are Haitian, Dominican, or whatever, and they're in honors.
If I'm angry, people are like, "Yeah, you sound ghetto." Or if I'm just really happy, they're like, "Oh my God, you're a white girl."
My 8th grade math teacher, we were having the discussion that year, and he's like, "There's no such thing as acting black. Black is a state of mind. It's whatever you want to be." He looked at, I forget who it was, the nerdiest person in class. He goes, "He could be black for all you know." And we all looked and laughed. He's like, see, that's where ignorance gets you.
Like acting ghetto is acting black. They'd be like, you know?
It's not really a black thing. I say it's an urban thing.
I noticed like the black kids weren't learning. Like they were acting up, acting out in classes. So I wanted to fit in, so I'm like, I'm gonna act black too. So to me, acting black meant that you weren't motivated.
In order to live in this society as a black person in America, it's easy for black people had to learn how to act what they say quote unquote white.
People tell me that I act white all the time, but then again, I don't know what's acting white. How do I act white? Is it because I don't know, like
When people say you're acting white, I think it's because you speak with intelligence and everything, like education, so they're saying it's acting white.
Artists need to be careful on what they do or say.
They want to automatically go out and buy that gear or buy whatever they see on that video and act the way the people that
when they're not really that
when they're not really like that person.
If there's a white girl in a video, she just stands there and looks pretty. If there's a black girl in a video, all she's doing is they're acting like she's a piece of meat, like she has to be shaking whatever she has.
Rap and hip hop has negative views on women, calling them, hoes and whatnot.
Thinking hip hop, thinking kids with baggy jeans, gun in the waistline, big gold chain, and that's not the way it is. I mean, this is hip hop artists like Common or Mos Def who wear blazers and ties and suits.
The kids really listen to the music more than they listen to their parents.
If they hear about, this girl did this to me, everyone's gonna run around trying to get a girl to do the same thing to him.
Too many ethnics and minorities just don't vote. And if they did, there would be a difference in, I think, who would be president.
Sadly, I think race has a lot to do with this, political election, and which it shouldn't, because there are issues far more important. There's a war going on, people are dying, and yet all we can think about is color and sex.
Until I can see these presidents go to the community and talk to the kids and not do it because they're on camera, I'm not going to vote for any of them.
They be like Obama, and then be like, why? And they be like, because he's black.
And people are expecting a lot from him, seeing that he's black. Then they think, yeah, he's going to be all for black people, but he's going to be all for America, what America needs best.
You can't get rid of racism. It's always going to be there, but we can move forward if we stop being so jealous of each other.
If you don't say anything, nothing can ever be done, and you can never blame somebody for something that you never tried to change.
The end of racism has to be a collective effort.
The people that have the power to stop racism are those that actually still believe in it.
Instead of just sitting around and not doing anything, let's try to get a job that would actually make us be role models.
If everybody changes themselves and teach their kids not to be racist or prejudiced, maybe it can change in the next few years.
All of us, have the power to stop racism, because I think it's about your mindset, what you decide to take in.
With new things coming in, it's more likely that people to be more accepted.
We're getting to a place where it's not becoming the most important thing. Your race isn't gonna define who you become when you get older.
I think we can do it. It's up to the generation and the upcoming one and the next one and the next one to keep it going.